As of right now, end of January, beginning of February, early 2024, there are only 2 wireless microphone systems sitting at top of the food chain. That's the new DJI Mic 2s and the Rode Wireless Pros. They have a lot of similarities and a lot of differences, and today we're gonna check out everything.
Resume is a heavyweight, yeah. Put it on my back, give me everything, yeah. I need everything, I need all of everything, yeah.
So let's start on the outside and then we'll work our way in. With the Rode Wireless Pro, you get a zipper up, soft but hard, giggity, protective charging case for the transmitters and receiver. And you're also gonna get a similar second case to hold all the accessories. And I really like that the windshield can stay on the transmitters while still being in the case. So really, you never have to take them off if you don't want to. And that's gonna definitely minimize your risk of losing these things. Now for DJI, they went with I'm starting to come to terms that you guys over in the big UK, in the big UK, I think you guys are right about the pronunciation of, I don't think it's aluminum, I think you're right. I think it's aluminium. Which is exactly what the new DJI Mic 2 case is made out of. Very strong, high quality material, and you have a nice little push to unlock button here that prevents this thing from accidentally opening up and then everything falling out inside your camera bag. Pretty good. Now DJI also went with the 2 case system, but it's kind of a 1 case system. It's a case for your case instead of 2 separate cases. It's still really only 1 thing to carry around. You just pop this inside here and then there's slots for all your accessories and your windshields and stuff like that. So it's really 1 thing to carry around. Now for accessories, they both have magnets for the clips. They both come with windshields and a way to connect to USB-C or Lightning devices. Rode gives you cables to connect to those devices and DJI has little adapters. Now Rode does include 2 lavalier mics in with the Rode Wireless Pro, and DJI doesn't include any lavalier mics even though they just released a new DJI Lav mic, which we'll take a look at a comparison on both of those lavalier mics in a little bit. But the DJI mic does come in at $50 cheaper than the Rode Wireless Pro does, so. All right, let's head out and test out a little bit of a distance test between both of these microphones. Not my favorite, but gotta do it, right? Let's go. Cup of coffee in the big time, yeah. So this is actually my second time attempting this distance test, which is, I just can't stand doing this test, but it has to be done for these microphones. So the first time was 2 days ago. I put both receivers on the camera at the same time and had 2 transmitters hooked up to me, and they interfered with each other and I had static throughout the entire test. So now we got to do this 1 by 1, which is going to take me twice as long. So I'm happy. This thing broke too. It tangled up, so. Oh, you suck. I hate you so much. Do I have to go buy another one? Son of a... Oh, the tape actually ripped. I have to go buy, I have to leave. I'm defeated. And now it won't even reel back in. Got 200 feet here of freaking loose tape. Spent $70 on this stupid thing. No more walking back. Oh yeah. Let's do this. Yeah, baby. This is the ticket. This is the key right here. This is the key to success. Microphone measuring at its finest. 175 feet. 355 feet. 440. Now the DJI mic is rated for 820 feet of range in an open area with a direct line of sight between the transmitter and receiver. And that's exactly what we have here. That's why I came to this specific spot. And the Rode Wireless Pro is rated for 30 feet further, 850 feet, 630 feet. And here is 820 feet. Right now we're at 820 feet. And just to push it to the limit, 830 feet. Rode Wireless Pro, we'll reset this. Let's do it. 230 feet, 330 feet. Now, if you're wondering why I'm walking backwards this entire time, the rating on these range tests are a direct line of sight. So this is really the accurate way to test it. Sometimes it might cut out at 50 feet if your back is turned to the receiver. Sometimes it might cut out at 200 feet. So this is the real accurate way to do these tests. This can be replicated. Turning your back in between the transmitter and the receiver can't. Here is 670 feet, 830 feet, 850 feet, right here exactly. Here is 850 feet. This is where the Rode Wireless Pro is rated for. Let's take it 10 more feet and make our way back. 860 feet right here. Mic check, can you hear me? Let's come on home. All right, now let's do a little internal 32-bit recording test here. The reason why I'm holding both of these microphones is so I can make sure they are exactly at the same distance from my mouth. So right now you are hearing the 32-bit flow coming out of the DJI Mic 2, mic check 1, 2. And right now you are hearing the 32-bit flow internal recording coming out of the Rode Wireless Pro. All I'm doing is adjusting the levels to make sure they're loud enough for you to hear them, but I'm doing no EQ on this audio whatsoever. What do you guys think? Again, Rode Wireless Pro, mic check 1, 2, DJI Mic 2. Mic check 1, 2. Now, like I said, both of these microphone systems have a lot in common, but one place where they're different is the design. Rode has been sticking with this perfectly square device for both the transmitter and receiver since the Rode Wireless Go, the original one. And DJI went with a smaller, more compact design. And when it comes to the receivers, DJI and Rode took a completely different approach here. The Rode, I gotta be honest, that's one of the areas where I was a little bit disappointed in the Rode Wireless Pro. I thought for sure that we were gonna get a nice big touch screen right on top of that receiver there for the Rode Wireless Pro and kind of get over the button pushes. And I'll be honest, I still get confused sometimes on which combination of buttons to hit. And then if I wanna change any settings, I have to plug it in to either my smartphone or my computer and access Rode Central. I would have liked to seen the touch screen whole UI revamp approach from Rode in this situation. Whereas the DJI Mic 2s, you have a nice little touch screen there, very responsive. You can control all your settings right then and there, right on the fly, very easy to get to. Set your settings up, move on with your recording situation. Now for internal storage, that's another area where we have a little bit of a difference between the two microphones. With the Rode Wireless Pro, you're gonna get 32 gigabytes of storage, which is gonna equal somewhere around 40 hours of internal recording audio, which is, it's just a whole lot per mic. And the DJI Mic 2s, you're gonna get 8 gigabytes, which is about 14 hours of internal recording. Still a lot. 14 hours of audio recording. Yeah. If you're not clearing out your audio and dumping it onto your computer by the 14th hour, then you got some problems, bud. Now, a similarity between both of these microphone systems is they both offer presets now, which is pretty cool. Another similar feature that both microphones share is auto power off, meaning if your receiver is on your camera, plugged into the microphone jack, and you turn your camera off, about 3 or 4 seconds later, your receiver is gonna turn off, auto power off. So you don't have to think, oh, did I forget to turn my thing off and save battery? Nope, just switches it off for you. Probably should turn that on. And when you turn the camera back on, boom, it powers back on automatically. Now, in my opinion, when it comes to vlogging, handheld vlogging like I'm doing right now, the two best devices on the planet are the DJI Pocket 3, which you're looking at right now, and the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, preferably the Pro Max because you get that 5X telephoto camera. But in a situation like the DJI Pocket 3, a fantastic feature is you can connect your DJI Mic 2 directly to the Osmo Pocket 3 and not even need a receiver because there's a built-in receiver inside the Pocket 3. I mean, at this point in 2023, if you are vlogging with a full frame camera or an APS-C camera, any type of real camera with a real lens, you're doing something wrong. You get a decent shallow depth of field, get a little separation between yourself and the background, and the same thing goes for the iPhone 15 Pro and Pro Max, and obviously any iPhone that comes after that. I can't justify this type of vlogging with a big full frame camera anymore. I used to be that guy and it's just terrible at this point. For what? A little bit better image quality, for a little bit shallower depth of field? Like, what are we doing here? You can't beat these small devices anymore. And now it's even easier when you can connect your microphone directly to your camera and have a wireless connection. All right, don't mind this mess right now. I didn't feel like unmagnifying and unmounting the transmitters from my shirt, because then I got to put them back on there, and they're on there pretty perfect right now. But what we are listening to is the new DJI Lav microphone and the Rode Lav microphone that comes with the Rode Wireless Pro. You get 2 of them. Again, you don't get any for free with the DJI Mic 2s, but DJI Mic Set is $50 cheaper than the Rode Wireless Pro. Just wanted to reiterate that. And with Rode's lavalier mic, you get a twist, screw-on, and lock system with the transmitter to make sure that nobody accidentally pulls out the lavalier mic. You know, you mic up some people, they're not used to being mic'd up. It might be a bridegroom or somebody performing the wedding, and then they tug on the wire by accident. They don't know how to be careful, and boom, out pops your lavalier mic, and then you got no audio. But when you have a threaded lavalier microphone, it's locked in there. You gotta physically unscrew it to get it off, and you're good to go. Now, DJI chose to do something similar, but not similar. They took a different approach, and it's probably just as effective. Underneath the clip, there's a little slot that you can loop the cable of the lavalier mic through, and then it kind of locks in there, and you do a little pull test. It ain't going nowhere. It's pretty damn secure. So when it comes to that area, it's pretty much a toss-up. Now, for battery life, you're getting 6 hours on a full charge per transmitter and receiver for the DJI Mic 2, and up to 18 hours coming out of the case, meaning you get 18 hours of battery life in the case per full charge, and then when the case is dead, you charge it back up again, get another 18 hours, tack that on to the, you get it. And for the Rode, you're gonna get 7 hours out of each transmitter and receiver, and 21 hours coming from the case. Now, Rode has a feature called Gain Assist, which is pretty cool. It's just automatically gonna level off your audio. So if the audio was a little too loud at one point, or somebody's whispering and talking a little bit too low, the microphone's gonna pick it up, and it's gonna do its best to kind of auto level that audio for you, so you don't have too much work to do in post. And that feature is only available when recording into the receiver and then plugged into your device. Now, another useful feature for the DJI Mic 2 is active noise cancellation, intelligent noise cancellation. And as you can see, we got a noisy little river behind us here. Is that a river? Little waterfall, little stream, if you will. On the transmitter, tap the power button once. Boom, we're activated, and now here's noise cancellation. What do you guys think? How does it sound? How does my voice sound? Again, we'll turn it off. Back to regular noise, noisy river, stream, waterfall, I don't know what that's called. And we'll activate it again. Boom, right on the fly, tap the power button, noise cancellation activated. Something else that Rode offers, which DJI doesn't, is time code. Now, for me personally, I never use time code. Call me unprofessional, whatever you want. I work professional jobs all the time. I'm constantly hired for weddings, corporate events, music videos, you name it, I shoot it. No porn. Not saying it's a gimmick, it's a professional tool. Time code is a professional tool. Like real professional environments where there's a crew and everything, they're using time code. For me personally, just don't need it. Rode Wireless Pro has it, the DJI Mic 2 doesn't. For me, the biggest feature by far has to be the ease of use when it comes to the receiver. Playing with the buttons, I'm sorry, Rode, it's not enjoyable. I don't enjoy plugging my receiver in to either my smartphone or my computer and setting my settings that way. You have to change settings on the fly, and you just want to do things quick, and there's all these combinations of buttons, and it's just the touch screen with the onboard menu system with everything in there, very easy to read, very easy to use, icons, touch screen, swipe down, gestures, it's all there for the DJI Mic 2s, and that's a big bonus for me for the DJI mics over the Rode microphones. The adapters for me as an iPhone shooter, now that the iPhone 15 Pro Max is upon us, the god of all video shooting smartphones until the iPhone 16 Pro and Pro Max come out, these adapters and this whole situation with how you connect the adapter and really never need a wire is fantastic. And these are the little things that honestly matter to me. Now, you might never shoot with your smartphone and never use these adapters, so maybe this doesn't apply to you, but for somebody that switches back and forth between their full-frame Sony camera and their actual smartphone or smaller devices that they still want to have good audio with, this is a huge win, and it's as polished as it can be. They really improved it from last year's design, and I love it. I personally am going to keep both of these microphone systems in my camera bag. As of right now, I've been leaning towards the DJI Mic 2s, but I really like the Rode Wireless Pros as well. I don't plan on getting rid of them at all. I'm just gonna have 2 wireless microphone sets, and I'm always gonna use them both regardless. If you're new to this channel, welcome. Nice to have you. Make sure you click that little subscribe button down below and that notification bell next to the subscribe button. Thumbs up, all that good stuff. I will check you guys next time. Salute.